All right, this is one I've been excited for a while. For today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Legacy United G1 Universe Autobot Gears. Yeah, it's great to finally get a proper Generations version of Gears. I feel like this is the first actual attempt at making his silly big-headed looking show design. And yeah, I'm quite taken with this figure. I think that he turned out really nicely. It is neat that in Legacy United, believe it or not, this is actually the first G1 style figure that we've gotten this year, but it is neat that they're now for Legacy United putting G1 universe, whereas before for the other Legacy lines they would only put the whatever universe if it was something other than G1. But now they're kind of being like, oh yeah, G1 is just another one of the things we do instead of the main focus, which is it's cool to see. Honestly, it's a nice kind of tone shift. And actually getting, other figures that, kind of are represented from other continuities a little bit more, frequently. But yeah, no, Gears is really nice. I like his little out mode here. He does kind of have the leg kibble on top, but that's pretty typical of Gears designs. He also does have his chest sitting upside down on his back, which is a little strange, but honestly, whatever. He rolls okay. I find that one or two of the wheels get a little bit stuck. This one is a little bit tighter than it needs to be, but works well enough. He does come with this little handgun here. Now, in terms of storage, you are supposed to, unfortunately, just peg it onto the side, which, I always hate with Transformers. I just think that looks really stupid and kind of ruins the whole robots in disguise thing. With him, I found here that if you just rotate one of his hands 90 degrees for the transformation, you can use this side peg. It's kind of tricky because, when you push it in, it kind of, pushes the arm back in. But if you just, untransform him a little bit and get that hand out so you can get the leverage on the other side of it, you can get it so he's holding the side peg of the gun, and then it's a little bit tricky to get this all back into place. But once you got it, it does sit kind of more cleanly underneath there. You can always kind of see the tip of the gun kind of poking out from underneath here. So, I feel like if you rotate it like that and it's not too bad, from most angles, you don't really see it, but it is there. I don't know if I necessarily need Gears to have a handgun anyway, but that is one way to do a slightly better storage. And again, I'm going to complain about this as usual, but that just seems like such an obvious thing that if there was even a thought of trying to store the weapon underneath the vehicle, then it feels like they could have, found a way to do that, but just a little bit more cleanly. But it just wasn't a thought. It was just, yeah, pick it onto the outside, which is perpetually annoying to me, but that's hardly exclusive to this figure. But yeah, no, I really like him in his little alt mode. I think it's cute. In terms of comparisons in this mode, here he is with Kingdom's Sideswipe for the standard one, and yeah, we're pushing it a little bit in terms of how small the mini bots can be, especially because Gears turns into a truck, so it feels like you should be a bit bigger compared to Sideswipe. This looks a little silly. I've talked about this before, but it sort of feels like with the new versions of the season 1 characters, there's kind of two scales going on. There's the scale of Optimus Prime and the mini bots, and then there's the scale of the Datsuns and the Lambos and stuff like that, and they all kind of fall into one of those, whereas he's a little bit too small to work with him, but I feel like that works pretty okay with Optimus Prime. He's a truck and he's a bigger truck. This works, whereas a little bit too big still, but it's fine. Honestly, it's a tricky thing to do with the mini bots because they are supposed to be smaller characters in robot modes, but half of them turn into just objectively larger vehicles. So yeah, I can headcanon that there's some really compact truck or something that Gears turns into. It's fine, or that the Lambos are a little bit bigger than they should be. But either way, that's what they look like together. Here he is with G1 Gears, the only other version of Gears that I have. And the rough details are there. I feel like you still get the general point across. Obviously, the G1 toy was a lot of a lighter blue, whereas the cartoon design was this darker blue. I prefer the cartoon design, but that's what the two of them look like together. And then I don't have the last Gears that we have, but I do have the mold that it was using, the Swerve mold, which was a Thrilling 30 figure, I want to say. But yeah, I do hope that we get this guy as a version of Swerve, which I feel like is pretty probable. I don't know how they're gonna, I guess they could just give him the regular head and maybe not give him the like pylons on the other side of his head. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but either way, that's what they look like together. And then here he is with the other 1984 updated mini bots that we've gotten so far. Just waiting on Wind Charger. Get a new deluxe Wind Charger, and then we'll have new versions of every single 1984 Autobot, which is really exciting. But yeah, no, these guys so far look pretty good together, and I'm definitely pretty pleased about this little display as it's going so far. But yeah, to get onto transformation, obviously we'll just take the gun off for now and leave that off to the side. First thing you want to do is take the back wheels here, excuse me, and just fold them underneath just like that. Then take his chest plate here and untab it from the back, and then fold down this whole section 90 degrees, and then just fold that chest piece up like that. Then we can take his legs here, just wiggle them out until this roof section untabs, and then we unfold them at the knee, and then take the roof section and just fold it up to be his heel there, just like that. It's got a really neat and fun little transformation, honestly. Then we can take the top of the car here, just untab it and bring it down like this, rotate the wheels to the inside like that, and then the little, you know, pegs or the little slots here for where the wheels clip on will actually tab onto these little tabs right there. But first you want to rotate his robot mode head around, but you can just do that like that. Then we take his arms, rotate them out to the side just like that, unfold them, and we'll rotate this hand back into place. And then take his chest piece and just fold it up like that. And there we have Gears in his robot mode. And yeah, that's a really clever, really fun, really intuitive little transformation. I just find that it's super smooth. All the steps are pretty satisfying, and it results in a really, really nice looking G1 Gears in his robot mode. This is pretty much exactly what I've always wanted in terms of a Gears design. And believe it or not, this is pretty much the first time that they've like really attempted it to just like give him the big stupid head. They always like, you know, make him like the head the same size as everyone else, which just never really works out well. Like give him a Braun style like helmet or whatever, but this is what we want, right? Like the dumb looking fake bumper head, which yes, I mean, I guess technically is cheating just because on the original toy, like the head became the bumper and that's what these little tabs are, but there was just no way that they were going to do that. I think it's fine to just, you know, say that those are different parts, and that works out well. But yeah, no, he looks great in terms of articulation. The head is on a ball joint. It can rotate all the way around, though. If you actually leave the backpack properly tabbed into place, he only gets about that much range of rotation, unfortunately. But you know, the backpack, honestly, like it stays fine if you leave it down like that too. So, and that would give his head full range. So I don't mind kind of it just like brushing it out of the way. The shoulders here for transformation, they actually do have a forward and backwards butterfly joint, which is really nice. Then they've got a swivel here at the base and then a hinge out to the side, which is nice. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double jointed elbow that goes the full, you know, bend there just because of how it works for transformation. He's got a wrist swivel. He's got a waist cut. He's got the nice hips where the hip skirt is just part of the leg. Love that design. So it can go forward and back and out to the side. He's got a thigh swivel. Again, because of transformation, he's got a double jointed knee that goes all the way. The ankles can tilt out to the side. They can't tilt forward or back, but you can like adjust this little roof piece. So you can kind of like adjust the angle of the foot. So he's kind of like resting on the heel and resting on his toe. So in that way, they can like functionally kind of tilt forward. But you know, either way, yeah, no, great little articulation on this guy. I mean, just having like the full bend of both the elbows and the knees, and then having this little, you know, slight butterfly joint, I think really does a lot for him. I think it works super well. So you can get him in some pretty nice poses here, like just, you know, and it's nice too, because you can, you know, he's got like bigger lower legs than he does upper legs, as a lot of Transformers do. But if you just, you know, pick and choose which knee joint you're using, you can get him in a nice sort of knee bent pose, which is a rarity in Transformers, a little bit more common nowadays, but still, it's nice to see. Obviously, we can give him his gun here, and he holds it just fine. Again, looks fine. I don't necessarily need Gears to have a gun, but he's got it. And then in terms of storage, he does have peg holes on his little backpack here, so you can just peg it on like that, which is perfectly adequate storage. He does also have this feature where if you flip up his chest plate, he's got, you know, the kind of like sculpted detail on the inside there from the one episode where like Gears got his personality changed, which is pretty cool to see. It would have been nice to see that painted, but honestly, it's just a little, you know, like Easter egg, so I don't totally mind it. Also worth mentioning is that, in the package, his chest plate actually becomes unattached. So if you, see a Gears in the store and he doesn't have his chest plate, he's not missing a part. It's just packed away in the back so that I guess people can't rip it off and take it or whatever. But, worth mentioning. But yeah, no, he's really cool. In terms of comparisons in this mode, just for the standard one, here he is again with Kingdom Sideswipe. So you can see, as he should be, he's a fairly short deluxe there. Here he is again with Earthrise Optimus Prime, so you can see what he looks like with the big boss man there. And then here he is with G1 Gears and Thrilling 30 Swerves, just so you can see what he looks like with the two previous Gears molds that I have there. And then last but not least, here he is with our other 1984 mini bot. So you can see he's again, like the other ones, he's a little bit bigger than Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, but he's about the same height as Brawn there, a little bit shorter than Brawn. I feel like this works out pretty well in terms of all of their scaling. And again, just give us a wind charger. We haven't even seen them on leaked listings or anything like that, so it's probably gonna, be a little while, but they've been doing these guys slowly but surely, so I've got no doubt they'll get to them eventually. And then we obviously need, like, the repaints of these guys. Like, we got to get Outback and Swerve from him. I mean, we already got, their repaints, but either way, yeah, no, he is a great little figure. I guess one other thing to mention is if you flip his head around here, he does have the little, like, Mysterians logo, which is a pretty cool little Easter egg as well. Again, it just feels like they really did kind of put care into this guy, and it's really nice to see because, like I said, we really haven't gotten a decent attempt at Gears in the past. And yeah, no, I'm quite smitten with him. I think that he's a wonderful little figure. The articulation is great. The transformation is smooth and fun. He looks great in both modes. Like, yeah, the truck mode's a little small, but that was kind of inevitable for this kind of design. And he's got, cute little Easter eggs in there that they didn't even need to do. But yeah, no, really, really good figure overall. I'm very pleased with him. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to him. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And without further ado, here we have Transformers Generations Legacy United G1 Universe Autobot Gears.